So we're leaving Wick, Scotland, heading down sort of towards the London area, a little south of there, go to Shoreham, maybe stop in Manchester. Do a little fun flying today, do some sightseeing around the coast here. Should be pretty epic, the views are pretty awesome. Looks like we should have some good weather the whole way, so that'll be fun. But just had a great time in Scotland, check that video out if you haven't seen it already. And now we're gonna head down sort of towards London, and then a couple days on to Austria, maybe Germany.
Wick traffic, November 210, uniform rolling 13. We'll be departing to the north for local scenery flight.
Temperatures and pressures are good. Full power. Okay, speed's alive. I think that's the castle, is it? No, no, here it is. And look at these ruins.
Yeah, those are the ones we went to.
Pretty cool.
Wow, there's so many castles up here.
Those cliffs look so cool. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. That looks like a Red Bull A-Race gate right ahead. Yeah, that little lighthouse. Yeah. So is this that abandoned island? It kind of looks like it. Yeah, it probably is. A little island with a bunch of little abandoned houses. Originally we just planned to stop in Scotland for fuel and then keep going down towards like London. And we ended up spending 2 nights. It was just so epic, so much to see here. We saw this castle that was built in like the late 1400s. It's like something out of Game of Thrones. It looks like something, like it looks amazing. It also has like a bit of this sort of Game of Thrones-ish morbid history. It turns out that in like the 1500s, the current Earl of the castle imprisoned his own son on suspicion of like rebellion, and then fed him a diet of salted meat with no water so that he died like insane from thirst. Which just sounds so horrible, but at the same time also just like something exactly out of Game of Thrones. So that was just really interesting. But all kinds of cool stuff to see here. Had some great Scottish food. It was kind of weird, but it was good. And yeah, now we're gonna head down towards London. Scotland Radio, November 210 Echo Uniform.
November 210 Echo Uniform, confirm.
Yeah, it's November 210 Echo Uniform. We're just off of Wick, requesting IFR to Echo Golf Kilo Alpha.
November 0 Echo Uniform Scottish, roger. November 0 Echo Uniform Scottish, what service are you requesting?
We can take a deconfliction service.
November 0 Echo Uniform, roger, squawk 3610. And November 0 Echo Uniform, what level are you climbing to cruise?
7,000.
November 0 Echo Uniform, roger. Are you VFR or IFR?
IFR.
November 0 Echo Uniform, roger. With flight level 70 to cruise and confirm.
That's affirmative, 0 Echo Uniform.
Roger.
But we filed in the flight plan, why does he not? I don't get air traffic control in places like the UK.
November 0 Echo Uniform, you are identified at the moment. It's traffic service until passing flight level 50, then it becomes deconfliction service.
0 Echo Uniform. Okay, so we're leveled off at cruise here at 7,000 feet, doing about, I don't know, 160 knots. 3 knot headwind right now, that's not too bad.
Golf Mike, ready to tank.
Looks like it should be about, what is this, another 3 hours down to Shoreham, so we're just cruising along. Beautiful day, got some clouds. Hoping we get to see at least some of the scenery.
Aberdeen, ready to tank.
Aberdeen Radio, November 210 Echo Uniform 7000.
November 210 Echo Uniform, Aberdeen radar, good afternoon, maintain flight level 70, report the Alpha Delta November.
Okay, we maintain flight level 70, report Alpha Delta November 210 Echo Uniform. It's interesting though, we're talking to Aberdeen Radar and they want us to report flying over the VOR. So that's interesting, but whatever. One fun fact about, or one little funny story about Aberdeen, Scotland is a few years ago, a friend of mine and I were flying home to Aberdeen, South Dakota at night, and he took a picture like landing there, which Aberdeen, South Dakota is like, it's surrounded by completely flat terrain, it's pretty small, lots of lights, very flat. Aberdeen, Scotland by comparison is like right on the sea, it's pretty hilly, there are cliffs, castles, all kinds of stuff, waterways, it's all spread out. So this friend of mine tweets this photo landing in Aberdeen, South Dakota. The tourism board in Aberdeen, Scotland retweets it. And then a number of other people from Aberdeen, Scotland proceed to then also retweet it. So like 10 people from Aberdeen, Scotland are retweeting this photo, like landing in Aberdeen at night of Aberdeen, South Dakota.
That is very funny.
Thinking that it's somehow Aberdeen, Scotland. Aberdeen Radar, November 0 Echo Uniforms over Alpha Delta November.
November Echo Uniform, roger. You're on the radar control service as you transit control test with.
Echo Uniform. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that Aberdeen? Yeah.
November 210 Echo Uniform, you're about to leave controlled airspace. What type of service would you like?
We'd like a deconfliction service, 0 Echo Uniform.
Okay, you're now under a deconfliction service as you leave controlled airspace.
0 Echo Uniform, thank you.
That's so weird for me.
Yeah.
Deconfliction.
Like so far we're doing pretty well here, but I know there are like large portions of the UK where you can't get basic services. There's no such thing as like flight following. There are places like approach controls that close during the night or something, or certain hours that are really close on weekends. And
flight
so
following
there aren't any services provided there. So there's all kinds of stuff like that they just don't have it here.
Flight following is one of the things I appreciate the most about Canada and the US.
Okay,
it makes VFR flying cross country so easy.
Right. Louis, could you hand me my breakfast? Thank you.
Are you gonna eat all those Kit Kats?
Probably.
Also, while you're doing that, can you pass me the jug?
Look at the droplets and like the mist inside the last piss.
Oh, that smells like piss! The jar. That's not pleasant.
November 210 Echo Uniform, you now clear of that gliding site, resume on navigation.
Oh, navigation, 0 Echo Uniform.
November 0 Echo Uniform, Fox 7060.
7060, November 0 Echo Uniform.
November 0 Echo Uniform, contact Durham Radar 118.850, bye-bye.
118.850, November 0 Echo Uniform, good day.
What was the radar service that we're on again? Something?
We're send altitude 2000 feet.
Deconflicted.
Send altitude 2000 feet, minute 01.
So I think that means that there's traffic, they'll tell you how to get around it.
Runway 23, report of lines established.
What are we up to?
What's that? We're at 7.
What's the weather like?
What's that?
What's the weather like? It
was fine, I didn't think this was this deep. Break out any second. We can probably ask for higher. Yeah, let's ask for higher.
Let's just wait till we get through this thing, we'll probably be fine on the other side. I just don't like waking up like that. It sort of looks like the traffic on these roads are just moving in reverse, but actually it's just England.
And London information, November 210 Echo Uniform with you, flight level 090.
November 210 Echo Uniform, London information. Good afternoon, sir. Pass your message.
What did he say? Pass your message. I will pass your message or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what he says.
November 210 Echo Uniform, London information. Good afternoon, sir. Pass your message.
I'm not sure what that means.
November 210 Echo Uniform, or level at flight level 900, and do you have our flight plan?
Flight plan, Wick, direct to shore, is this correct?
Affirm.
Thank you, just confirming your ISR.
That's affirmative, Zurich.
November 0 Echo Uniform, thank you. Squawk 0027 with Mo Charlie. It's a basic service whilst outside controlled airspace.
Zurich Uniform will squawk 0027.
Thanks, sir. And you're looking to rejoin controlled airspace? If so, position and estimate.
What? Say again?
Are you looking to rejoin controlled airspace?
That's affirmative, Zurich.
Roger, what's your position now, please?
We're 33 miles from Bateau, north of Bateau, Zurich.
Understood, number.
I don't understand how this works here.
They make things overly complicated, yeah.
Right.
November 1 Mike Tango,
No one
thank
knows
you,
what's going
sir.
on.
The London QNH then is 1022. 1022,
Are they just saying silly things?
Mike
Yeah.
Tango, thank you. And you
Things that I've never heard in my life.
They're being very, very British.
Was it? Pass your message.
225,
Yeah, like,
squawk
what?
7000, good day.
What do you want to know?
November Oscar Echo Uniform London information. When you have a complete estimate for Banto, Bravo Alpha November Tango Oscar.
Is that us?
That's November 210 Echo Uniform. We're expecting Bateau, Bravo Alpha November Tango Oscar at 1326 Zulu.
November 210 Echo Uniform, thank you, sir. We're just on the phone now to obtain your clearance.
What? I think he said something. He's on the phone to get us a clearance or something. I don't know how this works.
Copy that, Zurich Uniform.
We'll see what happens.
London information. Golf Lima Uniform Sierra India request basic service. Golf Lima Uniform Sierra India London information. Good afternoon. Pass your message. Golf Lima Uniform Sierra India is a Luscombe Lima 8 from Shopton to Henstridge Echo Golf Hotel Sierra.
Pass your message.
Currently 1 mile to the south of Leicester, 2,800 feet, 1022. Squawking 7,000 Mo Charlie, and proposing to route directly to M4 Junction 18 and then to Henstridge. Request basic service. Golf Sierra India, thank you, sir. Squawk 1177 with Mo Charlie. It is a basic service.
And for radar services, their name is Deconflicted Service.
Thank you, sir. And
Right, well, I think now we're getting a basic service.
Around the south of
Well, yeah,
the
but
control zone.
But I don't
Well,
know.
why they need to break them up, I don't know.
I don't know.
Roger.
It's a pretty ass-backwards system.
Are you understanding what they're saying now, or?
I mean, it's getting a little better, but I still have I have no idea what they're saying.
And the way they do things doesn't make sense. Like,
Right,
it's not...
It's completely...
logical way of
Their
doing it.
entire airspace system in the UK is completely nonsensical. The way they run airports just doesn't make any sense. And then they just talk so funny that you can't understand anything. There's no T's, there's no... They just chop off the end of every word. They're so British.
180 degrees, flight
So British.
160, easy 36 Yankee Delta.
Are you speaking what I would refer to as like the Queen's British, which is like the original British?
I would have a really hard time talking to the Queen.
Well, he's speaking really fast, the radio isn't the clearest, and he's half mumbling, in my opinion. So,
Well, I mean, I think that's what British is.
it would be easier if the procedures were said, if they made sense, and if they were similar to the US.
I think it would still be very difficult.
210 Echo Uniform, which way are you expecting to reach the shore?
210 Echo Uniform. I guess we'll take whatever the most direct route is that you'll give us.
Number 21 Echo Uniform, make a left turn now, heading 130 degrees. We're going to route you around to the east of London.
Speedbird 347, descend flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, Speedbird 347.
November 210 Echo Uniform, are you happy to leave control airspace from your present position in the descent?
Oh, that's affirmative, sir.
November 210 Echo Uniform, thank you. You're clear to descend now to leave controlled airspace. The London QNH is 1021.
1021 and cleared out of controlled airspace for the descent, sir.
Does that mean can we go direct?
So is that the 45 Mike Alpha?
Once we're out of it, I think,
45
yeah.
Mike Alpha, thank you.
Where's the boundary?
Timber, the delay is 10 to 15 minutes.
One of those lines.
Okay, hold it timber, 10 to 15 minutes, US 45 Mike Alpha.
November 210 Echo Uniform, the base of controlled airspace in your present position is 5,500 feet.
Copy that, 5,500, sir.
November 210 Echo Uniform, London information, IFR or VFR, sir?
IFR, sir, confirm.
Uniform, thanks, sir. What's your ETA for sure, then, and we'll pass it on.
Stand by. ETA is 1424 Zulu.
That's copied. I'm on the phone now, and surface wind at Shoreham currently showing 220 degrees, 10 knots, and the QNH 1021.
Copy that, we have information Quebec, sir.
Great, thanks.
And Shoreham, November 210 Uniform, 8 miles to the east inbound, 2,400.
November 210 Echo Uniform, Shoreham approach, QNH 1021. How would you like to join for runway 20 instrument approach or visual?
We can do the visual for 20.
November 0 Echo Uniform, roger, join, report 5 mile left base runway 20.
We're reporting 5 mile left base for 20, sir, confirm.
November 0 Echo Uniform, surface wind 210 degrees 12, cleared to land.
Clear to land, 20, sir, confirm.
Okay, so we just landed in Shoreham here on the south shore of the UK. Really nice little flight, super confusing because they just do everything different here. But just having a quick little lamb burger, awesome here. I guess you guys know one of my favorite things in the whole world are just airport restaurants, airport cafes. So I'm really glad that we happened to just land at an airport that had one. So we're gonna have a nice little lamb burger, go out for a sunset formation photo flight, and just chill here for a few days.
Golf Yankee Sierra formation, A firm, lead aircraft squawk 3763 and taxi holding point Kilo 1 via Kilo.
Woohoo! Welcome to aviation, girls.
As soon as he's off the ground, we'll roll.
Right, pre-takeoff vital action. Okay, so phones, it says to turn them off, but it's okay, don't worry about it. Where have I put my phone? In my pocket, so that's good.
Golf Yankee Sierra formation, with that traffic in mind, you're cleared for takeoff. Surface winds 220 degrees, 7 knots.
Clear takeoff, Golf Yankee Sierra formation.
Go ahead and run the engine up just a little bit.
Okay, airspeed's alive, T's and P's are good. There's 60. There's 65. There's 70 in the back. Everyone okay? Yeah, good.
Take off the skills, roger, copy, thanks.
Airspeed's alive, temperatures and pressures are good. 65, 70.
Take off the faces west of the pump. Golf Alpha, raise 2 aircraft in formation, just airborne now.
And so Andy here and another friend of ours, Sam, flew this thing from London to Australia a few years back. So then I met up with them here in London when I was flying around the world. They showed me around town, took me out for dinner, all that kind of fun stuff.
Do you need me to slow down to catch up, Matt?
Nah, we're fine.
This makes me want to do my pilot license so bad. Good. That's the effect we're after. Okay, I'm thinking about the turn in 5, 4, 3, 2, round to go to the left. Man, that is spectacular. Back on track whenever you're ready. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo. So that is Beachy Head. It's crazy there's only 500 feet, but my drone goes higher than that. Let me know when you're ready and I'll turn on track for the sun.
you guys have the shots now?
Righto, I want you to take hold of the yoke for me, Alfie. And I want you to imagine that what you're holding is a dog turd wrapped in tissue paper. What would you not do with a dog turd wrapped in tissue paper?
Hold on tight.
You wouldn't squeeze it very hard. Right, so nice light touch. You have control. So, you're flying. Now, if we do this, the aircraft will bank left. If we do that, it'll hold the turn. See the horizon in that picture? Do the opposite. Bring it level for me. There you go. You're flying now. Follow that. Oh, yes, that's all you need to know. What's he doing? He's taking over the f***ing plane. Jesus wept. As long as you can see them, we're going in the right direction, okay? Keep flying till we get there. Keep flying. Keep flying. We're going to start to think about flaring. Just going to hold the nose up a touch. And as I ease the power out, we're going to take the nose further and further and further and further and further and further up. Oh! Yeah! How's that? Did you enjoy that, pal?
That was sick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alfie, did you just land the plane, bro? Oh, where can I got one of these? I got one.
Tango Yankee Sierra, vacate left Alpha towards...
How much is each landing at this tiny airport in the UK?
£33, which is $50.
That's
$50.
That's actually insane. Why would anybody want to fly here? Right, that's why nobody flies here. Like, GA is basically dead. How does ATC work here?
ATC here is kind of discretionary, right? If you're outside of the airway system, if you ask nice, you might get a service from people. It kind of depends. County Air Traffic Control in this country run by a company called NATS, that's the National Air Traffic Service, and they are fundamentally a private business. They got to have income streams, and so the airlines have to pay airways fees and stuff like that. So their resources are all spent for that kind of traffic. When you drop out of that system, there's no one paid to look after you. Now you can ask nice with what we call LARS services, lower airspace radar services. They're mostly military, so they're not all open on the weekend. They're not all military. Though Farnborough Radar here in the London area is very good. They take good care of us. But beyond that, you'll often call up one of the LARS services and ask for a traffic service or something like that, and they'll just say they're busy or they can't for whatever reason. You just have to continue on your own.
What is a basic service?
Okay, so you got to ask them for what you want, and here we do something non-standard, which is ridiculous for people flying in the country like you. Instead of asking for a flight information service or flight following or whatever terms you use in the US, what do you call it, advisories in the US, right?
Yeah, or just flight following, but yeah.
So here you can have a basic service. That means you get nothing, but you can talk to them on the radio and ask the QNH stuff, or the altimeter setting you would call that, right? You could ask them the weather somewhere, but mostly they wouldn't have time to tell you that unless you're on London information. So that's a basic service. Or you can ask for a traffic service, and round here in the London area, if Farnborough isn't too busy, they can help you with that, but they're very often too busy, and that means they will call other traffic and tell you where it is. Or you can ask for a separation service, and often a commercial aircraft on descent out of the airway system trying to get into an airport that's not in controlled airspace will get that separation service, and they'll try to give them their 3 miles and their 1,000 feet or whatever. They won't spend time on that with us.
So I don't even remember what this is. We're here at some little cafe, and this is the Mediterranean. Hold on. This is the, maybe it's not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This isn't actually a menu, but this is the Mediterranean superfood salad, which JP thinks is the healthiest thing I've eaten on this trip so far.
No, not on this trip, or your entire life.
Oh, in my entire life. My bad. I'm not sure that's true. I think it might actually be the tastiest thing I've had on this trip. Really? It's really good. It's got like feta cheese, couscous, quinoa, edamame beans, fresh mixed leaves, baby plum tomatoes, sliced avocado, pomegranate seeds, and green olives with some olive oil and vinegar on top, and it is absolutely delicious. We finally made it to London. We're gonna explore a little bit, grab a bite to eat. It's really cool because the only other time I've been here was when I was flying around the world, and that was super stressful trying to figure out what's happening next, where I'm going, all the flight stuff.
now I'm just super relaxed. I don't have a care in the world. Just get to enjoy the city, take it in, and share it with all you guys.
I kind of wish it was you right now, but also not.
You wish you were eating it?
You will regret this at some point.
I don't think I will. I don't think I will ever regret eating a chocolate brownie with ice cream and a delicious Oreo milkshake.
I hate you so much right now.
If you haven't seen it in like Louis' vlog or JP's or something, yesterday, 2 or 3 days ago, JP decided to be vegan, so he can't have any of this delicious dessert awesomeness. So when you're flying in other countries where there's not really GA, which is most of the world, especially like when you get to the Middle East, India, Asia, places like that, if you're not wearing like a pilot shirt and epaulets, they think something's up. Like they think you might have stolen the plane or something, because they just don't see that, you know? They don't see somebody like dressed like this flying a plane. So JP is just dropping by this pilot shop to get some official looking shirts and epaulets and crew tags and things like that, so that I don't have any problems later on in the trip. It's been a fun day of sightseeing. Got to see basically all of London, just walked all over the place, saw everything, and now found this nice little pub next to the river to grab a bite to eat, head back to the hotel, and I think that's pretty much it for London. Now we're gonna head to Austria and go play with a bunch of diamonds near Troyes. Love fun.
The couscous.
How do you say it?
Couscous.
Couscous?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
You said couscous.
Couscous? Couscous? I don't hear a difference.
I like the way you say couscous.
How do you say napkin?
Serviette.
One more time?
Serviette.
Yeah. I don't.
Or a tissue or
napkin is just so much easier. Tissue is like
nobody knows what a napkin is here.
How do they not know what a napkin is?
I think we know what napkin is.
I think they know what